Now the courtroom clerk's got the petition, they're gonna reopen it. We're gonna talk about a few things before we get
After
there.
the petition has been staged, the plaintiff will enter the courtroom for the ex parte hearing. In the courtroom, the clerk will open the protective order queue using the icon located on the main menu Queues tab. After determining the date range to include, click the search icon. All pending petitions filed in the given date range will appear in the queue. In the queue type column, you can see that the paper filed petitions will show staged and web filed petitions will show web. We will locate our petition and click on it to highlight it. We will then click on the Create Case icon. The plaintiff has arrived at the court and has provided the clerk with a confirmation number. The clerk will then navigate to the Queues tab on the main menu and click on the PO Petition Search and Retrieval icon.
So again, this is where someone brings up a confirmation number up to your counter, or just comes up and says, hey, I filled out a petition on AZ Point, I want to do that here, and just has their name.
From here, the clerk can search for the petition by entering in the confirmation number provided. If a confirmation number has not been provided, you can use the other searching fields to find the petition. Once our confirmation number has been added, we will click on the search icon to display the results. With the results highlighted, we will then click on the petition summary icon. This will open the petition for protective order screen and allow us to view the information the plaintiff entered on AZ Point. If the judge is requesting a paper petition be printed out, you can do so by clicking on the PO Report icon. After reviewing the information provided in the screen, the clerk will then click on the Petition Accept icon. A message will display stating the PO e-filing submission was a success. We will then click on the OK button. Next, we will close out of the screen. From here, we will navigate to the Protective Order queue. From the Protective Order queue, we will verify the correct date range displays below. We will then click on the search icon. The results will display on the grid below. Scrolling to the bottom of the grid, we can locate our case. We will click directly on the line to highlight it. We will then click on the Create Case icon. In this scenario, the plaintiff has appeared at the court after completing their petition on AZ Point. The plaintiff does not have their confirmation number, therefore we will look them up using their last name. Once we click on the search icon, the results will display below. Our search results allow us to look at the different types of petition statuses. In progress means that the plaintiff did not complete all sections of the petition on AZ Point. The court will need to review the petition and have the plaintiff update if appropriate. Petition complete means that the plaintiff completed all sections of the petition in AZ Point. The petition can be accepted by the court and petition documents printed. Petition accept means a court has accepted the petition. Petition filed means the petition has been filed with a court and a case number has been created. We will now highlight the correct case by clicking on it. We can also notice that the petition status is in progress. We can click on the petition summary icon to view the submitted information. After reviewing the petition summary, we can see that the defendant information section has been left blank. This is a mandatory field that must be entered by the plaintiff. The plaintiff will need to complete that field in order for the petition to be validated. By clicking on the Validate Petition icon, we will receive a message letting us know what is preventing the case from validation. If the plaintiff no longer has access to AZ Point, they will have to start over by filing a paper petition. In this scenario, a petition has been accepted into the wrong court by mistake.
And not just for that scenario as well. Like let's say you accidentally grabbed the wrong petition, like there's two in a list with similar last names, you grabbed the wrong one. You'd unlock that one, go grab the one you want. But also, let's say that you accept a petition into your court, and then they speak to the judge, and while they're speaking to the judge, they start talking about all these other allegations that they didn't actually put into the petition. sometimes a judge might want those included on a petition, and we'll ask them to go back and update their petition to include all those extra allegations that they're verbally speaking about. So if the plaintiff has access to AZ Point, they would go back into their petition online, and they'd add extra allegations to their petition. In order to have the petition itself inside Ajax update to reflect the changes after you've accepted it, you'll need to remove it from your queue, the protect order queue. You'll need to unlock it from here, and then re-accept it. That re-accepting it's going to grab all their changes, and that way that you've got all those extra allegations that they come in. So this kind of, if you've accepted the wrong one, sort of also applies to that one where the judge asks them to go back to AZ Point and do more stuff again after you've already accepted.
The clerk will need to unlock it in order for it to be accepted by the correct court. We will click on the Unlock Petition icon. A message will display letting us know that the petition has been unlocked successfully. We can also see that the petition status has changed from Petition Accepted to Petition Completed. We will then click on the Protective Order Queue icon. From the Protective Order Queue screen, we will select the correct date range and click on the search icon. The results will then display. We will then locate the petition that we had just unlocked. From here, we will highlight it and click on the delete icon. This will remove it from our queue. After speaking with the judge at the ex parte hearing, the plaintiff has decided to withdraw their petition. To do so, we will select the appropriate petition type as decided by the judge. We will then place a check mark in the Petition Vacated Withdrawn checkbox. We will then click on the Save icon. As a result, a case number will be created. The case status of this case will also be updated to closed.
Picking up where Kayla left off, we have our case staged in the queue. Highlighting it in the grid and clicking Create Case will open the case initiation screen once more. The petition type will need to be determined at this time and selected from the dropdown. With that selected, we can click Save. Ajax will now display our case number. At this point, the next steps will depend on whether this petition was filed into an LJ or GJ court.
Real quick, in the training environment, because we don't have internet access, as soon as you get your case number and say okay, you're going to get an error message, something about transmittal. That's it trying to write the case number back to AZ Point. So you're just going to click OK. That's just for training because it doesn't have access to the internet. So you'll click OK to that error message. We'll all get it as soon as we get our case number. And then you'll just have to manually click on the ex parte petition disposition screen tab. Okay? Keep that in the back of your mind when you do that in a little while.
Either way, two forms will appear. Ajax will generate the plaintiff information sheet, as well as an electronic copy of the petition. Save and close these forms as they appear. If GJ, the petition type will have been selected prior to the ex parte hearing in order to generate a case number immediately. The ex parte disposition screen shown here will need to be closed, and the order will be disposed in a different screen after the hearing. If LJ, the judge will have decided whether or not to grant the order, and we will continue with disposition here. A disposition of granted or denied can be selected from the disposition dropdown. We will select the disposition date as well. This will automatically fill in the start service date. If the judge would like to delay service of the order, our clerk can enter a date up to 72 hours from the disposition date in this field. This will send notification to the servicing agency that service should be delayed until the chosen date. Next, we will result the ex parte hearing as held. Any PCO codes ordered by the judge can be selected from the grid. Notice a new PCO 8 code has been added regarding the plaintiff's animals. Below this, select which parties will be protected. The plaintiff will be selected automatically, but any other party the judge has ordered be protected can be selected here as well. Parties' attendance should be indicated here as well. Once all information has been entered, click Save. The defendant's guide sheet, declaration of service, and the protective order will generate. we will click Save and Close as these appear. The protective order will automatically have the judge's /S/ printed on the form. Taking a look at the web filed petition, notice that the petition type is automatically filled in. This is based on the relationship the plaintiff indicated when filling out the petition online. If the judge determines petition type Ajax is populated is incorrect, the clerk can update this field before saving and generating the case number. Now, a moment ago, we resulted the ex parte hearing and disposed the order. But what if the judge wants to schedule a pre-issuance hearing instead? Here we are in the Register of Actions for a case where the ex parte was scheduled, but the order has not yet been disposed. To schedule a pre-issuance hearing, we will navigate to the Court Dates tab on the left tree menu and click the Schedule icon. From the tabs on the bottom left, we will choose our desired court date and the courtroom calendar we wish to schedule on. Returning to the Imported Cases tab, we will click and then click and hold and drag our case into the session we want to schedule the case into. When the Add a New Case screen appears, we will search for the protective order pre-issuance reason from the dropdown. If we want to set a specific time within the session selected, we can update the start time here. Finally, at the bottom, we can ensure only that the required parties are selected. In this case, the requested protected child does not need to appear at the hearing, so we will uncheck them. Once this screen has been filled out, click on the Save icon to schedule the hearing. A notice of hearing form will generate. This can be printed for delivery to the parties. We'll click Save and Close when finished. Now back onto our case, we will move forward in time and pretend that the pre-issuance hearing has been held. Still on the Court Dates tab, we will double-click the pre-issuance hearing to begin resulting it. On the session screen, locate the pre-issuance hearing in the grid and double-click on the line to open the Session Item Details screen. On this screen, we will begin by marking the hearing as held. Parties will be resulted individually below, noting their attendance, the hearing result again, and the parties' notice types. Click the Save icon once you are complete. With the hearing resulted, we can now add and dispose the order. These next steps will be how LJ courts will grant or deny orders after pre-issuance hearings. This will also be the process from this point forward for GJ courts that need to dispose the order after the ex parte hearing. Navigate to the Protective Order Petition tab on the left tree menu and click the Protective Order icon. On this screen, we'll begin by clicking the Add icon, which will open up the below fields for entry. Here we can select the disposition date, and the start service date, just as in the ex parte disposition screen. We will select any PCO codes the judge has ordered in the protection type grid. We will also need to select the hearing where the order was granted. If this is GJ, dispositioning after the ex parte hearing, you will check the ex parte hearing at the top, which will most likely be the only hearing available. If LJ, after pre-issuance, select the pre-issuance hearing from the grid. Click the Save icon when complete. The defendant guide sheets, declaration of service, and protective order will all generate at this time. Save and close as they appear.
So this is that alternative way of dispositioning that some of your courts
Another
have
thing to
doing.
note here, for GJ courts that need to result the ex parte hearing, this can be done right from this screen as well by double-clicking on the court date in the grid. This will open the session screen that the hearing was in, and then the hearing can be double-clicked from the list to open the Session Item Details screen. Here, just as before, the hearing and both parties will be resulted.
So again, it's saying GJ, but we're also referring to those courts that have that other process. Okay?
Click Save when complete.
Alright, so we're going to work within our case. We went through a couple of examples there in the video. our scenario is going to be just this paper